like the school shooting today we had in Minnesota, the first thing that these fake Christians do is be the victim. Their first thought isn't, oh, that's horrible. No, it's not. It's the liberals are not going to come for my guns. They're going to put more guns in place for the laws. Wow. You're a real piece of shit. Every time these things happen, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, there's nothing we can do, right? But 12 trans kids out of 500,000, dozens and dozens of laws, you demonize them, you kick them out of the military. Oh, somebody burns a flag. Oh my God, can you believe this is happening? But if a white person, a U.S. citizen, beats an officer with an American flag on January 6th, he's a hero and a patriot because he's fighting for patriotism. And if a black man takes a knee before a flag, he's a son of a bitch. It's funny how that works, isn't it? See, and here's why. Because you go to church on Sunday with your Joe and the Ho bumper sticker and your F. Joe Biden flag. Now, why you want to say F. Joe Biden flag when there's kids in Sunday school, that's another conversation. But yeah, nothing says I love Jesus like F. Joe Biden on your truck. And you sit there and you claim to follow Jesus for 1 hour a week. There's no greater commandment than to love thy neighbor as thyself. Even if you're not a religious person, isn't that just a good way to live your life? Yeah. So in the last election, let's look at love thy neighbor as thyself. He raped Jean Carroll. Did you care about her life? Did you care about the lives of the women who were survivors of sexual assault that are mortified that somebody like you who pretends to love Jesus didn't care about rape? Did you care about the 25 women that he sexually assaulted? He kissed them against their will, pushed them up against the wall, grabbed their backsides, grabbed their breasts. Did you care about those lives? Did you care about the 13-year-old Katie Johnson that he molested on Epstein Island? No, didn't care about her life. Did you care about the officers on January 6th that have long-term disability, crushed vertebrae, PTSD, brain damage, missing fingers and eyes? Did you care about that? No. How about Officer Sitnick that's no longer here? No, I didn't care about his life. How about the 3 officers on January 6th that took their lives from the PTSD? Did you give a shit about them? No, you didn't, did you? Did you care about Amber Thurman, who lost her life because your pro-life policy took away the health care she needed and now she's dead? What about Adriana Smith, whose corpse you forced alive because there was a heartbeat inside of her? Literally kept her corpse alive, then you ripped it out of her body because, you were so pro-life. Did you care about her family, the medical bills? Do you care if that kid has health care? What if it's autistic in a school? You took away the Department of Education. You took away the kid's STAT benefits. You sure in hell don't care if that kid gets taught in a school because all they get are thoughts and prayers. There's nothing I could do, right? You care about the people in concentration camps? No? Oh, you want them here legally? Wait, so just so we're clear, okay? Your concern is people that have been here for 40 years that are immigrants, never been found guilty of a felony, pay their taxes, work, raise their kids here, but because their documentation's not right, you think it's okay to rip them out away from their families, break their windows, zip tie them, treat them like animals, put them in a concentration camp, give them 2 showers a week, and drink out of the toilet. But you voted for a rapist and a felon and a child molester on Epstein Island and a guy that commits tax fraud. Somehow the white man gets a pass. Oh, I see. But it's about law and order. See, that's what you really don't give a shit about life, except for your own. Aren't you supposed to build your wealth in heaven where moth and rust can't get to it? Because every 4 years, what I hear from the Republicans is this. Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Well, okay. What if I am? So what? That makes you a hypocrite. Because you're saying if my life is better, screw my neighbors. That is literally selfishness, the opposite of what you claim to preach. You're supposed to love thy neighbor. The last election, I voted for Vice President Harris. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. You know what? My taxes were going up. But you know why? Because I'm not a selfish prick like you people. I voted for universal health care. I voted to tax the rich. I voted to raise minimum wage. I voted to help people start a business. I voted for child tax credits. I voted for everybody else. I loved my neighbor as thyself. And what did you vote for? Oh, that's right. You don't vote for the man, you just vote for the policies. The guy that told 34,000 lies in his first 4 years, you thought he was going to be honest with you. Well, that's really, you had concepts of a brain. So you hoard yourself out for capitalism. Are you not supposed to give unto Caesar what is Caesar's? How are you building your wealth in heaven if all you cared about was cheap eggs and gas? Elijah lived by a creek bed for 3 years, being fed by birds. I don't remember him complaining about the price of eggs or gas or being uncomfortable. I find that very ironic, isn't it? It's fascinating how unchristlike you people are that you just weaponize the word of God to push your male white patriarchy. You care more about a gun than little children being murdered. And the sad part is, if Jesus was here and he ran against Donald, you would vote for Donald because you would say that Jesus is a radical left liberal. He's woke. He's empathetic and sympathetic. I don't want that. I want a real man. So spare us the bullshit that you actually care about anybody except for yourself. You are literally the antithesis of what Jesus stood for. But you go ahead, you keep telling yourself that, and you go ahead with your Trumpy bear and your lucky sock and go pleasure yourself while you pretend to be something that you're not, some Christian.